And well, good afternoon to you, and we say hello. It's Hump Day over the hump and through the woods to a wonderful weekend we go. I would assume, well, in fact, I saw a picture. The Apesters got our Happy Hump Day hat on at Bracken Paving, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance. So it is a Wednesday, the 18th day of the month, and again, we're our 28th day of our fun and frolic, and so we're very excited to be here. And again, this show, again, we dedicate to the man who hung up on the cross for us. We make no apologies for that. Our verse of the day is out of the book of Psalms 32:8. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. Can't get any better than that. He's going to instruct you and teach you and guide you. If you just depend on him and lean on him, which I do. You do too, don't you, Horace?
Yes, sir.
There
Every
you go.
day.
Psalm 32:8. That's our verse of the day to get it started. Again, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. And enough said. Tell you what, that's pretty exciting when we can dedicate this show to him. Today's show is brought to you by Bracken Asphalt Maintenance, Wells Fargo Financial Network, Bays Mountain Park, Max Medicine Mart. Stopped by there a few minutes ago. Cherokee Barbershop, the Gator Man. Looked at his looked at his pics. First off, he did it wrong. It's sideways. I saw
Sideways.
See, his like this and ours like this. So
Well, what difference does it make?
Well, now, wait a minute. Yesterday, I was showing you, and you said, you got it upside down. You're not showing it right.
Well, you're not showing it, everybody. I mean,
Well, it just didn't look right. I like it being this way, but it's a uniform.
I'll tell you what. You can take that, and here's a blank one, and you can fill it in.
We'll just leave it like it is. Thank you. Yeah, that's all right. Cherokee Barbershop, Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance with our thought for the day. Book Lovers Warehouse, where all the NASCAR books are on sale. I'll tell you about that. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Stop by and saw that big old tall drink of water today. Jim Klein at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, and gave him some money. I do that quite frequently. Time to pay that car insurance. So American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program, and by Drew and the folks at Bristol Motor Speedway. We are getting folks all ready. We're very excited about that. Qualifying and sending in their names to win tickets to go see the Stop the Diabetes 300 coming up next month at Bristol Motor Speedway. In fact, a month from today will be the race on April the 18th. And how do we do that? We've got folks already in the bucket. And how do we do that again, my friend?
You go to TomTaylorSportsShow@gmail.com. Send us your contact information, name, address, phone number, and a brief description of why you want the tickets. And we'll put your name in the hopper. And hopefully you'll be one of the lucky ones that gets a pair of tickets.
There you go. A pair of tickets to go to the Stop the Diabetes 300 and also the K&N Pro Light Series 125, which is it's a doubleheader on that Saturday. And that's some good racing, too. And, of course, the Xfinity Series will have some of the Cup drivers in the field. I think I can't confirm that, but I'm thinking Junior may be in that field.
Okay, for those watching right now, I just put the graphic up there, so some information on how to do it.
There you go.
So,
all right.
I'll leave it up there for a second or two.
All right, let's start the sports. We've got lots to cover today. Our guests will include Daniel Manget coming up here in a few minutes, the sports information director from Milligan College. Love promoting the Buffaloes. Yesterday we promoted the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. Tommy Weinmann and Apester tag teaming on will not be a successful run today for those kids. We will go 5 for 5 in the quiz show. It's Elvis trivia. What did I do yesterday? 1 for 5?
No, you went 4 for 5
4 for 5.
You made a big
Monday,
comeback.
1 for 5.
You tanked on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
you're
all right.
making a comeback. We'll see.
Your turn's coming Friday, Cowboy. Dr. Barry Walton will join us again from Max Medicine Mart. Greg Salyer, our Reds report. Reds making some moves yesterday and Monday to tighten up the roster. And also Graham Clark will join us, head football coach at Dobyns Bennett. He's going to be joining us coming up here in the 2 o'clock hour, talk a little Indian football and talk about a recruiting fair, which is something kind of new that he's heading up, and it's pretty cool stuff. We'll talk to the G-Man a little bit later on here this afternoon, the head football coach at Dobyns Bennett. Spring practice not that far away for all the high school football teams. All right, here we go. Top story. Now, we broke this 2 Fridays ago before you left on your R&R about Syracuse and the big NCAA violations, big time. Now, I told you then, and you agreed, when you think Syracuse sports, you think Jim Boeheim.
Yep.
Because he is the face of the athletic program. Syracuse men's basketball coach Jim Boeheim will retire in 3 years. He said that day, I'm not going anywhere. And apparently he's not. Athletic director Darrell Gross has resigned to take another position at the school in the wake of harsh NCAA sanctions levied against the university earlier this month.
That was a coward's way out. He didn't want to make the big decision.
But why him?
Why him? Because Boeheim rules.
There you go. I mean, this guy is the one. Well, it was him, the football coach. Yeah. But both of these guys are guilty. I don't know whether the athletic director was on his watch when he was there or not. Well, he's in his 10th year as Syracuse athletic director. So He was around.
They got problems up in Syracuse.
Yeah, he will transition to vice president and special assistant to the chancellor, which means they're just going to put him out to the pasture.
They made a job for him.
Yeah, write a check for him and just get him out of the way. But my question is, how come Boeheim's not getting anything out of this deal?
Well, maybe he is. Maybe he was told. Who knows? But I mean,
he's staying 3 more years.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I haven't seen anything yet where they said they're going to punish him financially. No, I know the NCAA is making him sit out 9 games next year in the ACC conference. Okay, big whooping deal. He'll stay at the house and pop popcorn and text to his coaches what to do or however they communicate.
This goes back to my old adage.
It's all about the money, I guess. I'm just this guy resigns under pressure, I would assume, because it's under his watch. But the coach that was the most guilty of the two is Jim Boeheim.
Yeah.
He's hanging around for 3 years.
You're preaching to the choir over here, big guy.
This is ridiculous.
It's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
It really is. Why would I, as a father now, want to send anybody to Syracuse to play ball?
There you go. Now, here's what happened. NCAA, refresh your memory, suspended Boeheim for 9 ACC games, took away 12 scholarships, ordered that 108 wins that he got as the coach be vacated as a result of multi-year investigation into the university's athletic program. Penalties also include 5 years of probation and the vacating of 11 victories from the football season from 2004-2006 or seasons. So here's a guy that's cost him 12 scholarships, 108 wins at, how much did you say it was? $5,000? No, $500.
It's $500 per game.
So it's $54,000 he has to give back his 108 wins, or he doesn't, but the school has to, every 108 wins he had to vacate.
That's just the basketball.
Yeah, they have to pay the NCAA $500 a game.
Yes.
So that's $54,000. Syracuse got to write a check because of Boeheim and what he didn't do. I mean, do I have a personal – I don't know the guy. I mean, I don't know anything about him. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here, sitting here in East Tennessee, he ain't been taking the woodshed good enough as far as I'm concerned.
And I'm telling you something, right now there's a big bullseye on the NCAA when it comes to issues like this, because they're going to rule on North Carolina as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be it's going to be something that we all have to look at. And it's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? How the NCAA handles North Carolina will lay a preference for how things are done in the future.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't lay the hammer down,
a template,
and to get a hold of this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, every team probably gets away with it in some fashion, some way or form. Something's happened, and this Syracuse and North Carolina have been caught. But if the penalties aren't severe enough, it's not going to put an end to it.
The lady that blew the whistle, we didn't get to the story yesterday. The lady that blew the whistle in North Carolina about the academic fraud got a settlement of over $330,000 to send her
every dime of it.
Send her on her merry way, and but so that one's probably not over. But for the time being, they've given the lady that blew the whistle a settlement. So anyway, Boeheim, he's hanging around, and the athletic director has stepped down. So. Interesting. Also in the sports world, Fordham, another coaching carousel. Fordham fires their coach, Tom Pecora, 44-86 in 5 seasons. Did not get it done. He's gone. Here's an interesting story. Football, NFL news. Greg Hardy, the Carolina Panthers defensive end, going to the Bucs and the Cowboys. 2013 Pro Bowl selection. Had 15 sacks his last full season. Greg Hardy, arrested, domestic violence.
Got in a little
trouble. The young lady ultimately dropped the charges after she concedes and he concedes there was a financial settlement. So let me write you a check so you'll go away, and she did. And so
I'm sorry, but from a law enforcement perspective,
yes,
what's done is done. If you break the law and they have evidence, you get charged.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Period.
So, anyway, Greg Hardy, the defensive end for the Carolina Panthers, either going to go to the Cowboys. That'll make 220 happy, I guess, or the Buccaneers of Tampa Bay. Maybe down to the famous Jameis, maybe. So.
Yeah, but what's he going to do when he gets there? Is he going to hit his next girlfriend?
I don't know. He was arrested and charged with assaulting and threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend, the co-holder, back in February of 2014. Carolina placed the franchise tag on Hardy in February of last year, guaranteeing him a $13 million for the season. On May 13th of last year, arrested and charged with assaulting and threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Holder. A Mecklenburg, North Carolina county judge found Hardy guilty on July 15th. The verdict was set aside when Hardy requested a jury trial. All charges dropped February the 9th of this year, last month, because Holder, the lady, refused to cooperate with the district attorney's office after receiving a financial settlement from Hardy. Hardy was placed on the inactive list before the second game this past season, and the commissioner's exempt list before the third game until his domestic violence case was resolved. So, came out of Ole Miss. So, if you're the Cowboys or the Bucks, I mean, we talked about this 2 weeks ago about Adrian Peterson of the Vikings. Do you take another chance on this guy? But this one threatened to kill and assaulted and threatened to kill her.
I'm not saying she's innocent. She probably pushed his buttons at some point, and he retaliated and got caught at it. But
he wrote her a check and she went away. But now Peterson's totally different. This is with spanking of the child.
And he admitted to it. I mean, he's done everything he can to make to make amends.
Yeah. So anyway, Greg Hardy up for grabs, and apparently the Cowboys and the Bucks are. I would think some of these teams at some point. I would think some of these teams would go. I don't care how good you are. The PR that's going to come with you is probably not going to be worth it because immediately they start putting out fires as soon as these guys come on board. For whatever reason. Now, the Raiders picked up Trent Richardson, and this guy's had stops in Cleveland and the Colts, and, not very good at his job the last couple of years. So they're already questioning him about, why did you – looks like you kind of sacked it in when you were in Indianapolis, and I didn't get along with the management. And so, once you do something, these guys, the media don't let up.
No, they don't.
And
he needs to go to the Bucks. That way, when they get Winston, they'll become the Raiders of the East.
There you go. All right. So anyway, he's on me again. 220 last week. What did he say? I got it here somewhere. The franchise in shambles. You have no hope. They're not very good. Talking about the Raiders. So anyway, Greg Hardy. That's the very latest out of the National Football League. Baseball. CC. Oh gosh, this went totally blank. It's had a brain burp.
Let me hear that again.
CC. Oh gosh. I just went totally blank how to pronounce his last name. It'll come back to me. Returns after having knee surgery back in July. Sabathia.
There you go.
CC Sabathia. Thank you, Lord. Returns. Pitching. First assignment since July. 2 runs in 2 innings. And so he's back and after being on the shelf since July. Reds won yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've
evened their record.
Yeah, they're 7-7. Yeah. Not exactly. But they had some more home runs yesterday, and they had 5 the day before, so they're jacking them out of the ballpark. Today they got the White Sox, and so that's kind of the little sports roundup here for the time being. We've got coming up, we're going to check in with Daniel Manget here in just a few minutes from Milligan College. Also, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to go 5 for 5 on the quiz show.
No.
We're going to put a big 7 up there today. Quiz show wins, Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Also, we'll talk later on to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Greg Salyer right around the top of the hour with the latest on the Reds report. And then Graham Clark will join us at 2:30 or thereabouts. Again, the head football coach at Dobyns Bennett, and talking about spring practice and high school football and a recruiting fair, which is kind of cool. They're going to have one of those next month, and it's really. He told me the concept, and it's really interesting how they're going to do this, and it's pretty exciting stuff. And he'll tell us all about that coming up again right around 2:30 this afternoon. A little bit later on in the show. Let me tell you about the good folks when we go to the break. And Max Medicine Mart stopped by there earlier today and had a chance to visit with my buddy, dear friend, Dr. Barry Walton. And, again, I looked up and down the center aisle, and they're moving a lot of the candy, And I had my eye on some egg, and I thought, I'm going to bring back Horace. And the Horace said, well, I'm backing off on the candy for a little while. So, okay.
Yep.
Russell Stover, Easter bunnies, marshmallows and milk chocolate. That is mini eggs. Had your name written all over it. It had coconut, cookie dough, mini eggs, fudge brownie, caramel, coconut, as I said. Got all those, and I thought, should have bought my boys some eggs, but I didn't. I held off because you told me no.
Yep.
Also at Max Medicine Mart, the store within the store, the Good Food Grocery, they have the gluten-free product. If you have a diet that requires gluten-free food, they've got them. They got the coconut macaroons that are gluten-free. These are top 3 sellers. Shortbread almond cookies and also the Blue Diamond almond nut thins. All these are gluten-free and available at Max Medicine Mart. And, again, we'll talk to them coming up in a little while. And don't forget, they do have the Now product line the month of March, 20% off everything that's NOW, the Now product line, at Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Quick break. We'll be right back again on this Wednesday edition. It's Hump Day, and I think the Apester, I saw the picture earlier. We probably should. I think we should go ahead and put her picture back up. Because she's got a different pose today with the Happy Hump Day camel hat. We'll do that coming out of the break. And, by the way, I sent her a text thanking her for the eggs, Reese eggs. They were all, let's see, by 6 o'clock they were gone.
All gone.
Oh, yeah. I was throwing them down with some milk, cold make your teeth hurt. Loved it, those Reese eggs. So, Reese's peanut butter eggs, right?
Yep.
All right. Now, let's talk before we go to the break. Let's see. Last night, the Manhattan Jaspers played the Hampton who?
I don't know who.
Coal Buckets. I don't know what the name is. They won. So, Hampton, I picked Manhattan. You picked Hampton. So, I got that text last night.
That's one win.
Yep. And then I come back and I get Ole Miss, and you picked Ole Miss.
I picked Ole Miss. That's
over
2
BYU.
wins.
So, you're 2-0, and I'm 1-1.
Yeah.
Or actually, 2-1.
Who's in the lead?
You are.
Okay.
Be quiet. All right. Then we have tonight, at North Florida, the Ospreys and the Robert Morris Colonels. And then we have Boise State Broncos, the Dayton Flyers. I took North Florida and Boise State. You took
North Florida
and Dayton. Yeah. So it's 2-1 you on the tally sheet. Again, the winner gets the loser's got to take the winner to a lunch at Braden's Barbecue in Kingsport, and $25 gift cards supplied by our buddy Jim Klein of Farmers Insurance. So you like barbecue?
I love barbecue.
Yes, and I like barbecue. I'm going to like it even better when it's free and on you, Jack, because you're going to have to pony up. Good stuff. Quick break. Daniel Manget joins us next from Milligan College. They had not one, not two, but 3 student-athletes who were named the Appalachian Athletic Conference Athletes of the Week last week. We'll tell you all about that. They've got baseball today, and we'll see what's on his mind. Our buddy Daniel Manget coming up next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 5. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Wednesday, the Hump Day edition, day number 28 of our Fun and Frolic. Pretty hard to believe we're just 28 days into this, and we thank everybody who's been on the show so far. And one of our regular contributors is going to join us here in just a second. Don't forget now to go to the Gmail account, Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com, and register often as you'd like. Put your name in there, all the pertinent information. Let us know why you want to win tickets, and we're going to be starting Friday pulling names, giving away tickets to go see the Stop Diabetes 300, the Xfinity Series race, a month from today, April the 18th, on the high banks of the world's fastest half mile. So already got folks registering. We love it. So just go there. It's very easy. Tom Taylor, sportsshow@gmail.com. And, again, give us your pertinent information and simply tell us why you want to win the tickets. And we'll put your name in the hat or in the bucket, and we'll start drawing out names on Friday, day after tomorrow. Let's go to the phone. He's there, Daniel Manget from Milligan College, as Sports Information Director. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show again.
Yes, sir. Always like having you on. You do a great job promoting the orange and black at Milligan College. Not one, not two, but three young student athletes, young people, got Athletes of the Week last week for Milligan. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was a really good week last week for Milligan. We had Cody Campbell and Megan Nickel from the baseball softball teams won Pitcher of the Week, and Jackson Lenore from the men's tennis team was the men's tennis athlete of the week for the Appalachian Athletic Conference.
Now, who picks those? Do the SIDs get together, the coaches? Who nominates, or how do you determine? Or
it's SIDs or coaches nominate, and then the SIDs from the conference vote. So it's usually a panel of about 10, 12 people.
Yeah. So how many teams are in the Appalachian Athletic Conference?
Well, I guess it depends on the sport, just since not everybody competes in every single sport. But we've got 12 total, and then, again, depending on the sport, that could be 8 or 9, 10, 11, just depending on who's competing.
All right, so how many baseball teams in the conference?
Well, I guess starting from the top,
10?
Tennessee Wesleyan is nationally ranked currently.
So you have how many teams? 10?
And we have, let's see, there's 10 teams total.
So Cody Campbell got Player of the Week out of 10 teams. Megan got Player of the Week off of going against how many other softball teams?
There would be 11. It'd be the same 10, and then Columbia, which is an all-female school.
Yeah. And then
11 softball teams.
And then our third athlete of the week was who?
That was Jackson Lenore from the men's tennis team, and they compete. I think there's 6 in there now.
Wow.
There might be 7.
Point being, there's not 2 or 3 teams. Pretty impressive when you're getting the Player of the Week out of all the teams that got these kids playing and student athletes.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's
and you look at the people who put up the numbers each week. There's always somebody that's either throwing a complete game or a shutout, or taking a bid for a no-hitter into the 6th or 7th. There's always somebody, or at least a few guys that are putting up really good numbers.
Talking to Daniel Manget, the Sports Information Director from Milligan College. So 3 athletes of the week. Very proud of that from right here in Milligan, in our neck of the woods here in the Tri-Cities. And so now you shift gears. And speaking of Cody Campbell, we got baseball this afternoon. Tell me about that.
Yeah, they start today in about 30 minutes, actually. 2 p.m. down at Anglin Field on campus. They're going to play Tennessee Temple in a doubleheader. So it'll be a non-conference game, but I know the guys are kind of to that point this week, especially where it's kind of starting to wear on you, just the number of games that come in a baseball season. They've already played 3 times this week and have today a doubleheader and then 3 more over the weekend. So it's a busy schedule over this week.
Am I right in saying they are undefeated at Anglin Field right now? The Buffs are 8-0 at their home field?
Well, actually, 8-0 was yesterday, but we split yesterday at home. So it's now 9-1.
That's not too shabby. I'll take 9-1.
Well, not too shabby, absolutely.
Yeah. So baseball today. Also softball and tennis. Tell me about those right now at Milligan.
Yeah, softball. Well, actually, softball and tennis are both competing today. Softball's on the road. They go down and play Bryan and Dayton, Tennessee. And then the tennis team, men's and women's tennis teams, are both going to be on campus as well at 2 o'clock.
Neat stuff. All this going on at Milligan College. And if you want to catch him in a future game, you can go to the website, which he's about to tell us, and check out the schedule. So how can we find out more about Milligan sports at our own time?
MilliganBuffs.com.
Yeah, MilliganBuffs.com. And Daniel Manget, Sports Information Director. Graduate of Marshall University, the Thundering Herd. Where's it at? It's up here. Proud card-carrying member of the Herd. How are we doing in basketball, and how are we doing so we're done in basketball. The ladies are playing. How are we doing in baseball right now? Do you keep track?
I kind of see posts on Twitter every once in a while. I haven't seen their record yet. I know they had a big opening weekend a couple of weeks ago. I guess that was maybe more like a month ago at this point. But they broke a few records in their opening game or the opening doubleheader. And I think from there, I think they're probably right around 500 at this point.
You and I are probably the only two people right now in the world that care about Marshall University sports, but we do, and so we got to talk to them. We'll talk about them when we can.
Right.
So finish this sentence before I let you go. We are
the Milligan Buffs. Milligan College Buffs. No, we are Marshall. But
we are Marshall. Yeah, I got you.
That's
absolutely
great.
Milligan College, again, I appreciate you very much, and keep up the great work. You do a fantastic job. Thank you for letting us talk about the Buffs every week, and I'll talk to you next week, all right?
All righty, sounds good. Thanks again.
Yeah, super job. Daniel Montier, that's good. We are the Milligan College Buffs. That's good stuff there. Good stuff. So, anyway, we appreciate him very much, and, again, Milligan College, love promoting the Buffaloes, love promoting East Tennessee State, and we had Michael White on yesterday talking about the Buccaneers, and today Daniel Montier talking about Milligan. So, again, you got 11 teams. That's what I was trying to drive the point. And every baseball team's probably got, I don't know, probably 15, 20 guys on the team. So you got 11 teams. So for Cody Campbell and Megan Nickel to get baseball and softball players of the week in the conference, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because you're up against a lot of different kids and doing a lot of different good things, obviously, on the mounds or on the baseball and softball fields respectively. And also the young man who got the tennis player of the week as well. So good stuff. Milligan College, a neat school. We love promoting the Buffaloes here, the orange and black. I guess, did you have Daniel's picture up on when we were talking to him?
Yes, I did.
Okay, can we do this here, all right, like this?
Yeah, I had that up there, too.
Can you? You've already done that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're way ahead of me. Okay, so. All righty.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? There you go. Give some taters. Who's your daddy? All right. Now, tonight we have who? You picked Dayton. We already talked about this.
Yep.
You've got Dayton and North Florida. I got North Florida and Boise State. Now, tomorrow, I got to have this ready to go by tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. So here's a nickname pick. I want you to tell me, all right, out of the West Regional, Oregon, the Ducks, and Oklahoma State, the Cowboys. Would you pick a Duck or a Cowboy? So that's how I'm going to pick this. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys because they'll kill a duck. They can shoot a duck, string them up when you want to. All right.
Didn't do you too good last night.
Okay. I don't pretend I didn't hear that. Let's see. All right, here's one. Over in the East Regional, LSU Tigers and the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Now, in
Tigers
my mind,
versus Wolves.
In my mind, a tiger would maul a wolf. Didn't have a chance.
No. You got Wolf Pack.
Wolfpack. So there's pack of them.
There's more than one wolf.
Okay, against the Tigers.
So you would have lost.
I got to rethink that. Okay. Let me just. I'm going to get on my soapbox here for a second because you brought this to my attention last week when you were on vacation. Louisville plays University of California, Irvine. Now, remember, that was the school you sent me a text that they have now, see that thing right up there called the American flag? They have now banished
the flag.
They've banned the flag on the campus of University of California, Irvine because it is, quote, offensive. That right there. In the United States of America, on University of California, Irvine's campus, I don't care if they're playing the Russians. I'm going for the Russians.
Ask me what I think about California.
What do you think about California?
Land of fruits and nuts.
There you go. Now, we have people out there listening, though. You got to remember.
I know it, but, they're the good ones, I'm sure, if they're listening to us. Because the fruits and nuts aren't.
Seriously, UC Irvine bans the American flag on their campus last week, right?
Unbelievable.
So it was offensive. So you can't fly our flag on the United States of America college campus on that campus, University of California, Irvine, IRVINE, because the American flag is offensive in America.
If that flag is offensive, I'm 100 years old.
Well, but my problem is we don't do anything about it. We sit here and flap our jaws, but we as a country, somebody needs to stand up and say, we ain't taking this crap anymore.
Well,
we're not taking this anymore.
Well, you're in California. They don't. They don't stand up for anything out there unless it's a politically correct issue.
But we as a country should say, time out. We're not taking this anymore.
Cut them off.
This is America.
Cut them off.
This is America. How can you tell me you can't fly the flag on a college campus in this country?
Yeah,
it is nuts. So anyway, they're playing the Louisville Cardinals, and I'm taking the Cardinals. If they were playing the, I don't know, pick somebody, I would take.
UC Irvine would not get a dime from me.
No. So
zero.
Anyway, I'm not picking them. I don't care who they're playing. I'll never pick for UC. I care who they're playing. They'll never get my pick for anything. Won't even give. In fact, this is the last time we're getting airtime on this show because
I'd like to see a platoon of Marines march through their campus, all of them carrying a staff with a flag on it.
From the halls of Mont. Oh, yeah.
But
Get me jacked up. Get me fired up now, baby. All right. Now, here's another one. The SMU Mustangs, the Horses, and the UCLA Bruins are Bears. Now, I'm going to say the Bears would maul a horse if you
Horses
ever
are
caught
fast. They can run away from
fast.
them.
So you're going to make this very tough for me. I'm going to sit and really deliberate on this tonight. I'm making my picks based on nicknames. Iowa Hawkeyes and the Davidson Wildcats.
What's a Hawkeye? That's a
bird.
Bird.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm thinking a Wildcat would eat up a birds. I'm going to go with Davidson. So I'll do good on this. You wait and see. I've set the woods on fire the first night, haven't I? Yeah, buddy. All right. So anyway, we're ready for the what are we ready for? We're ready for the quiz show.
Yeah, you want to go to break and then.
Oh, I want to go to the break and get dialed in, ready to go 5 for 5 on the quiz show. We're about to see a 7 go up here on the wall. Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance, the quiz show. I've got 4 out of the 6. Gator stumbled through and got 1. Buzzer got 1. We'll have her on tomorrow. I'll lead the pack with 4, total of 6 on the Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance scoreboard. By the way, 323-8726. Mr. Weinmann is all over the Tri-Cities giving quotes in that little yellow truck. So you can get on his list, have him give you a quote to crack fill or seal or pave. And they're busy getting ready to get ramped up for the spring because the weather's getting better every day. Quick break. We'll be right back. Quiz show is next on this Hump Day Wednesday on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Well, back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. He's in the doghouse. Yep, called the office, and she said, he did not tell you that he was out on his truck. I said, nope. She said, okay. So, big boy, when you get back to the office, you're in trouble with the Apester. I can tell you that right now. Hello, Tommy. How are you?
Gee, there's something unusual, Tom.
How you doing, Tommy?
Better than I deserve to be doing today, that's for sure.
There you go. Where are you today in the little yellow truck giving quotes? Where are you geographically today, my friend?
I am in Kingsport and in Johnson City right now, right by the Hoos there.
Oh, he's by your house.
Oh, by the hooch. Okay, I got you. I couldn't hear what you said. All right, your phone clicked.
By the Hoos, by your house, in other words.
By the Hoos. I got you. By the house.
You got it.
He's from West Virginia. You got
go.
to just give him a play there.
All right.
Tomorrow's the exciting day, though. Tomorrow I'm in Greenville, Jonesboro, Johnson City, and I may even stretch it to Irwin.
Wow. So we're back in the grind, aren't we? It's back to get.
You know it. I know how to party every day.
Giving quotes left and right, and that's what we're all about at Bracken at 323-8726. All right, you've been out in the trucks. You haven't heard my ranting before we went to the break. University of California, Irvine banned the American flag on campus, saying it was offensive. This is in America. They're playing Louisville here coming up in the bracket. And, of course, I picked Louisville. Can you believe a school in this country, a college, would say you can't wave the flag or can't have the flag on campus?
One word, Tom, idiot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Plain and simple. Just, you know what? Put them on a boat and let them just drift wherever they want to go, and they think it's better.
Booyah! There you go. Put them on a boat, let them drift wherever. They think it's any better than this country. So, unbelievable. So, anyway, do you have your brackets filled out? I know you got Kentucky winning it all. Who do you got them playing in the national championship?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Are you
bring anybody on? It doesn't matter.
Are you
all that matters is the person at the end, and I'm hoping it's Kentucky. But it doesn't matter who they play. I could care less. All
right. Are you in a mood today? I'm detecting. I'm just sensing some friction today.
No, not at all. I haven't even looked at the brackets. It was funny. We were watching the game last night, the play-in game last night, and I was like, so the winner of this game, are they truly a winner because they have to go and face Kentucky now, or are they just a winner of a loser?
They would be a sacrificial lamb is what they're going to be when they play Kentucky.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about. But, you know, I just hope Kentucky makes it, you know, but any day anybody can beat anybody. So, but it doesn't matter who they play, where they play, or whatever. They're going to get their best shot. So we'll see what happens at the end.
Now, Horace says Kentucky doesn't have the horses. He doesn't think they're going to win it. He said they'll get beat along the way. They're not going to be the national champions. So.
They haven't learned
poor Horace. God bless the poor boy.
They haven't learned to lose. They should have lost before the tournament.
Did you hear him?
But you know what? That you're wrong at, because they're senior members on the team, the ones who have experienced into the Final Four yesterday, they've experienced losing last season, and they've experienced losing that final game. And they're the leaders of the team. So the young guys know, but the leaders know what it takes, and they're advising them what to do and what not to do.
There you go. All right.
That was last year.
That was last year. That's good. That's good stuff.
They still know how. Hey, listen, that final game last year, championship game, and you lose, that sticks with you for a while.
Here's a trivia question I'm going to ask you. What coach has had the most teams that won the whole regular season? I'm going to rephrase that. Has gone the whole regular season undefeated and went on to win the national championship. What coach has done it the most times?
It's got to be John Wooden.
Ding, 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 ding. Way to go. You're right on it. Good job. Last school to do that, by the way. Remember the last school that went undefeated all the way through the regular season and won the national championship?
Indiana.
Ding, 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 ding. You are on it. You are cooking with propane. All right. Here we go.
I'm together every once in a while.
Well, I'm hoping I can kind of parlay what you just did. So here we go. It's time now. Hit the music for the quiz show. Woo! Now, how much trouble will you and I get in if I put the picture of the apester up again today with the Happy Hump Day cap off my phone that you sent me? Would that be bad? You're already in trouble. Is that like a double whammy?
Like it'll really matter, Tom. But I asked her this morning. She looked at the picture before I said, I'm going to send it to you. And she said, okay.
All right. So we can do that here in a minute. I'll go ahead and get that pulled up. All right, here we go. Let's do question number one. We need to be playing for Bob Sams out of Johnson City. Going to play for Bob today and see if we can't get him a free oil change from American Import and Auto Repair, also a free haircut from Cherokee Barbershop, and also a free courtesy pass all day for fun and frolic at Bays Mountain Park. So here we go. Let's see. Where is your – all right, go ahead. I'm going to find you. Here it is. All right. Go ahead. Question number one. These are all Elvis questions. Wait a minute. Let's do this right here. I want to go ahead and get you in trouble. Make this thing – oh, there it is. All righty. Here we go. Can they see that? There's the
it's a little –
get that up where the apester can be seen with her, and she's posing today with her happy.
Well, it's kind of hard. It's glaring on there. You got too much glare.
What do you mean you got too much glare?
Well, it's not coming up on the camera.
We'll just put it up there where make it work. Horace, there you go.
There we go.
There we go. There's the apester, the Happy Hump Day hat on. So
that's good pose.
It is pose. She is pose. Isn't she nice? All right. With Elvis in the background. Here we go. Question number one, all Elvis trivia. I'm playing for Bob Sams. Question number one is, my friend.
Question number one, true or false? Tom Jones advised Elvis to add flashy costumes into his act.
That is true.
That is false.
Oh! Stupid question. All right.
That would be Liberace who did that.
All right. Stupid question. All right. Go to number two.
Sorry, Bob.
Stupid,
dumb
question.
Question two, true or false? Literature was Elvis' favorite class in high school.
Literature was Elvis's favorite class in high school. That would be true.
That would be false. It was woodshop.
Okay, I'm 0 for 2.
Just so you know, right now, April is laughing on the floor hysterically.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm right there with her. I feel like a complete idiot. All right, go ahead. Number 3.
Question number 3.
Yes.
The singer Billy Joel once snuck on the grounds of Graceland in an unsuccessful attempt to meet Elvis.
That is false.
That is false. Do you know who it was?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Try Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, I was close. It's the same alphabet. Okay.
But you got the question right.
Close.
I'm 1 for 3, so I'm not going over. Stupid questions. Let's go to the stupid question number 4.
Number 4, true or false? Elvis had his first live concert after an 8-year hiatus at the Las Vegas International Hotel.
First live concert ever? And I rephrase that question.
Nope. Elvis had his first live concert after an 8-year hiatus at the Las Vegas International Hotel.
That's the comeback show with his black leather jacket. I don't think that was the MGM. I'm going to say that is false.
That is true.
You're right. Somewhere the apster's in the floor in the fetal position, laughing uncontrollably, going, "This guy ain't got a clue." All right, let's go to number 5.
Question number 5.
Thank
True
you.
or false?
Yes.
He was the numbering one. Let me try it again. He was the number 1 touring act in America for 1977, the year he died.
Well, that's a great question. Was he the number 1 touring act the year he died in 77? Elvis. I would say that is false. He was not.
That is true. He was the number 1 act.
Oh, 1 for 5.
I'll save these questions and ask them to you again next week.
He won't know
I won't do any better next week either. Oh, me. Goodness
God
gracious.
bless your heart.
How can somebody be so nice, be so cruel to me? Apester, bless your heart. 1 for 5. Which one did I get right?
I don't know.
I'm not even sure what I got
matter.
right. No.
You took a lucky guess at Billy Joel sneaking into the sneaking into the ground.
I said it was John Cougar Mellencamp, so.
Yeah, it was Bruce Springsteen, though.
All right, 4, I'll let you go. Tell me about Bracken Paving. You're out there in that little yellow truck all over the place. You're taking quotes, and tell us how we can use your services at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance, my friend.
Well, we do steel coating, we do crack filling, we do restriping, we do infrared. We do everything. And right now, the biggest thing I'm getting and I've been seeing is potholes all over the place from the cold and the snow and the water. They're just all over the place. I mean, this winter was a dream for us. As bad as that sounds.
One man's trash, another man's treasure. This is the kind of year you like because all the potholes and you got a lot of crack filling going on, right?
Exactly, but like I said, an ounce of prevention in the fall would create, would help stop a buttload of money going out now.
Now, when do you guys crank up? I know you're getting ready. Have you guys got the machines cranked back up yet? Or are you still a little ways off?
No, we actually got our first load of sealer this morning. We actually did a job Monday and Tuesday, finished one off, and they're out there installing some speed bumps and doing some patching today, as well as crack filling.
There you go. It's springtime. Of course, spring officially comes in on Friday. 323-8726 is the number to call. And 1 for 5 on the quiz show. Next week, make her come up with 5 more questions. I got to do better than 1 for 5. That's embarrassing. Well,
let's hope so, for goodness sake.
All right. I appreciate you, my friend. You're awesome. Drive carefully. There's crazies out there, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
You got it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah, good man right there. Oh, me, oh, my. 1 for 5. Goodness gracious. The quiz show, Bob, Sam. Sorry, my friend. Couldn't take you to the well. Maybe tomorrow. Got Buzzer tomorrow. See, last week she did Pride and Prejudice questions. I've never seen the movie or read the book. Had no clue. Went 1 for 5 last week, too.
You don't know anything about Elvis either.
No. Don't know anything about anything, apparently. What was it yesterday you asked me? I'd never seen the movies.
Anything sci-fi, anything it's out there, it's got some action, some special effects that really get your blood. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You're just.
I'm stuck in time. I'm in a time warp.
Stuck in a mode, big guy.
I'm stuck in a time warp. All right. So let's take a break. We'll come right back. We'll talk to our buddy Dr. Barry Walton again as we work our way through. One more time, you can watch us and hear us. We're on livestream.com right now, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Later on, Horace will put it up on the podcast. We'll put that on TuneIn's radio, iTunes. Go ahead and tell us the rest.
Stitcher. You said YouTube.
I didn't say YouTube.
Okay, well, YouTube. Didn't do YouTube yesterday. We had some pooter issues.
Some pooters,
but podcast did get up. But YouTube, after a while, if you want to see the show again, you can go to YouTube and watch it, and not just listening to it. And you can see, the apester there in her hat.
Yep, there you go. Our Happy Hump Day hat.
You got it. iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher for podcasting, YouTube for the video, and if you want to watch us live and listen to us live every day, livestream.com.
In the office there at Bracken Paving, they're up there just giggling, they're enjoying it very, very much. And I went 1 for 5, especially after I bragged I was going. I was going 5 for 5, and you got to know they're loving it because once again it was a train wreck. So 1 for 5, and we'll try it again next week. Next week I'm going 5 for 5. That's like the Raiders. Next week I'm going to win. All right. Take a break. We'll be right back. We're going to be joined by our buddy Dr. Barry Walton. Later on, we got the Greg Salyer Reds report. And also coming up later in the show, we'll check in with Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns, Bennett, about a recruiting fair that he's putting together, the coaches across the state. Pretty cool thing for these student-athlete football players. All that coming up here on a Wednesday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 5. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We're back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up, we're going to be talking to Graham Clark. Coming up next hour, again, the head football coach at Dobyns, Bennett. He's going to join us. Also, Greg Salyer coming up in a few minutes, talking about the Reds report. So what's going on in the Cincinnati camp of spring training right now. Let's go to the phonies there. Our buddy, Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing very well, Tom Taylor. How you doing this afternoon?
Just fine, sir. Welcome back. You went on a kind of a vacation/mission trip to New Mexico, and I ran into you today, stopped by there to say hello to you. You were telling me that once again you come back to East Tennessee thankful for what we have here and the things that we sometimes take for granted, right?
Absolutely, Tom. I tell you, I was in a place called Deming, New Mexico. It's on I-10, about 35 miles from the Mexican border. And I tell you, we just take a lot of things for granted around here. Sometimes it takes a little a trip to a place like that to make you very appreciative of all the things and the facilities that we have here. We were just driving around the area, checking it out, and looking at some of the elementary schools. The playgrounds that they did have weren't paved. There was basically rocks, or even worse, pretty much a dirt field with rocks in it. So it was just not the greatest place to play. Of course, it's very dry out there, and the predominant color of the flora, everything right now is just brown. Mm-hmm. And so it really is almost a sensory overload when you come back to the lush hills of East Tennessee and you see some green around. So that's always nice as well. But sometimes the hospitals and the healthcare facilities that we have here are, just sometimes, I know it's real easy to complain, but it's better to have a grateful heart for all the things that we do have around here, because it's just amazing when you see what other people have to live with or live without. The city facilities, it's one of the poorest counties in the United States, so it just kind of brings things home. A lot of businesses that have been closed up. Me being in the pharmacy world, there were 3 pharmacies for the whole town, and none of those were independents. They were, the major chains. There was an independent style grocery down there, but there was basically 2 places in town to get your groceries, and it was just a whole different world. Now, having said that, on the bright side for them, with all the babies that are being born, and I know there was an article in the Kingsport Times-News recently about Sullivan County being the number 1 county for babies born addicted to controlled substances. There were 10% of the babies in Tennessee that are born addicted come from Sullivan County. The hospital facility there, while we've been down there for, Keena has been down there for about 6 weeks now, and have had no babies born addicted. So that's kind of a different spin on things that goes in their favor. That's something that we really need to work on up here is having physicians that can adequately treat these people without risking their babies being born addicted. So this is something that they have found a way to do, and we can do that as well here. So there's always something that you can learn going someplace else, and if it's nothing more than just being grateful for the things that you have, that's good. But if you can learn something and bring it back here and hopefully find a way to help people live more productive lives and better quality lives, then that's something that's good as well. So it was a naturally beautiful place, but just totally different than around here. Mountains that were very interesting, very jagged and rugged, and actually it was between that Deming, New Mexico, and the state line with Mexico. They had Pancho Villa State Park, so a lot of people are familiar with Pancho Villa, so it's one of the things that was kind of interesting. But it's the rugged terrain was beautiful, but totally different than our beautiful terrain up here in East Tennessee, and I'm grateful for that.
Talking to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Wednesday, and so he's back in town. We're glad he's back. And tell me, you got a couple of topics we'll touch on quickly here, and one of those would be you continue to sell a bunch of the Now product line. I know we were talking last week, apple cider vinegar and the black cherry fruit for gout. It's been flying out of there. What else has been moving under the Now product line? 20% off the month of March. And tell me what else has been flying out of there under that line at Max Medicine Mart.
Well, Tom, you're right, and the black cherry fruit has gone crazy again. In fact, we've had 2 people in today already that have had gout and trying to do away with the buildup of uric acid that build up into crystals in the body. You can kind of tell. I told one guy, I said, you can kind of tell your gout people by the way they walk, because they'll have a little bit of a limp. It's very, very painful. Those uric acid becomes so concentrated that it'll actually crystallize, and then those crystals get on the nerves in the toe, and it can feel like a knife cutting through you. So it's a very painful situation. So if you are someone who suffers with a condition like that, you might want to look into one of the Now products, the black cherry fruit. It's a 10-to-1 concentrate, 90 capsules in a bottle, and it's one way that you can manage. If you are prone to have gout, that's one way that you can manage your condition. Now, also, alpha-lipoic acid is something that we're seeing more and more people go to. And a lot of times people will use that. It's a great antioxidant, so it's what they call a free radical scavenger. And so that's one of the things that our body produces that's not so great. We can give these free radicals that do damage to us. It actually will make you age quicker. So this is in the anti-aging category as well. But the alpha-lipoic acid can help with neuropathy. We see a lot of folks using that to help, support if they have neuropathy. This will help support that as well. So it's just another way of doing some things that people need help with. It also is very good for cardiovascular function. Again, a product of the free radical scavengers. Quercetin is something else that we're seeing more and more people go to, and it can be used for a lot of different reasons. The one that now has is a quercetin that has bromelain in it, which is an anti-inflammatory. So this actually helps support healthy seasonal immune function. And, we're coming up on spring, and we see more and more pollens and more people getting antihistamines and decongestants and mucolytics trying to help decrease that. There's been several studies that have shown that quercetin, while also a great antioxidant, can also help with allergies. So it's almost like a natural antihistamine. And if you look at the chemical structure of quercetin, it's very similar to a product that used to be prescription called cromolyn. And there's actually nasal sprays that have had cromolyn in it in the past. And some people would even nebulize cromolyn. And what this does is what's called a mast cell stabilizer, where you get those on your the cells in your body, and what happens is the antihistamine, or the histaminic properties like pollen get in your nasal passages, and it doesn't have the same effect on those cells, and you don't have the runny nose, you don't have the watery eyes, all the things that these pollens and irritants can cause. So quercetin, it really to be optimal, needs to be in place about 2 weeks before these episodes hit. But it's a great way of just having an antioxidant on board, as well as treating or helping support your healthy seasonal immune function. So the quercetin with bromelain and all Now products that we've been talking about, plus all the other Now products, Tom, 20% off for the entire month. So we look forward to seeing folks coming in and continuing to take advantage of these deals.
Absolutely. We're talking to Dr. Barry Walton. Last but not least, again, a Max Medicine Mart for this week. Easter right around the corner. I was there today, and I had my eye on those eggs. And let's see, you got the mini eggs, the coconut, cookie dough, caramel, fudge brownie eggs, also the Russell Stover Easter bunnies, the marshmallow and milk chocolate candy for Easter. So, again, folks have a sweet tooth, good place to stop by. They have both regular and sugar-free. Tell us about the Easter candy you can get again at Max Medicine Mart.
Well, Tom, that's a great rundown there. The Russell Stover candies, the people always love the Easter bunnies. It's just something that's been around for years and years. We have the solid milk chocolate bunnies. We have the ones called the Break-It rabbits, and I guess the best way to describe the Break-It rabbits are, sometimes those the solid milk chocolate Easter bunnies, unless you have a knife or something, it can kind of be hard to break it. So the Break-It rabbit actually has little shallow lines cut in it so that it's easier to break into manageable chunks, shall we say. I know some people think that one of those big old Easter bunnies is a single sitting treat, but sometimes, you can make those things go for weeks. So the Break-It Rabbit really helps that in that regard. We've also got the caramel covered in milk chocolate bunnies. We've got the hollow bunnies, and we have them wrapped in blue or pink for boys and girls. And then there's the box of 16 solid milk chocolate bunnies that are more of a bite-size deal for that. But, with 16 of them, you can make it last for quite a while as well. And we have the traditional Russell Stover candies as well that people have loved for years. The truffles, the cherry cordials, the orange jelly sticks, coconut clusters, which is one of my favorites. Dairy cream caramels. We've got assorted creams. And we've got the other hard top candies like the lemon wedges and the cinnamon buttons. And we also have the pectin jelly beans that they have. So just a great selection of products. Karen Gibson has done a great job with keeping us in supply with the Easter products. And if you want to go a more spiritual route, we've also got a lot of little figurines on the middle, the willow tree figurines and others as well out there that can kind of have more of a spiritual tone to it. And, of course, that is the reason for the season of Easter, so we want to make sure that folks concentrate on that. But if you also need just some help putting together an Easter basket for the kids, that's something that you can do as well. You can maybe put a little figurine in there to let them know that it's not all about the Easter bunny and candy. It can be, and it is a much more deeper meaning, and folks need to be aware of that as well.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, do you have your brackets filled out now for March Madness?
No, Tom, since I just got in last night, I have not, but I have been instructed here that I need to do that before noon tomorrow.
There you go.
I need to get started on that tonight pronto.
Do you think anybody has anything for Kentucky? You think they're going to win it all?
I think they're going to win it all, and I hope they're going to win it all. I'm a big SEC fan, and I've got friends that go to Big Blue Nation. In fact, I saw a picture on from the SEC tournament. One of the Kingsport kids was in the stands in the background with their Big Blue on, so I'm going to be pulling for Big Blue Nation and hope they can bring it back to the SEC for the national championship.
There you go. Great report. We're so glad you're back. You got a great report on your dad who's recuperating nicely, and so it's all good in Berryland. Give me the hours you're open to Max Medicine Mart, my friend.
Tom, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock until 7. Saturdays, 8 until 6, and Sundays, 1 to 5. So for all your healthcare needs, or if you just need to talk about a healthcare issue, make tracks to Max.
Make tracks to Max. Glad you're back. Great report, my friend. I'll talk to you next Wednesday, all right?
Tom, I look forward to it. Always good to see you today. I appreciate you stopping in, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Love his friendship. He's a good man. Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Max, and you do. And he went out on a mission trip, and I could just tell when you go on a mission trip and you see what we've got and come back, or when you go somewhere and come back and see what we've got and go, wow. And so he's went out there, a very, very poor part of the country in New Mexico. And he told me today when I was over there at the store, he said, it changed my life. He said, wow. He said, we got people around here, even our poorest here in Appalachia are rich compared to what's going on out there in where he went, I should say, in New Mexico. So a life-changing trip for Dr. Walton, no question about that. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're right at the top of the hour. Fans wanting to vote for Major League Baseball's All-Star teams will have to do it online this year. Again, 80% of baseball's All-Star ballots last season were online. More than 16 million paper ballots were unused. And so, another sign of the times, paper's going away. And so now, from here on in, you will vote for your favorite baseball player for the All-Star game, which will be in Cincinnati this year. You'll do it online. So, once again, as we said, a sign of the times, right?
That was a waste of money if you're paying for paper ballots. You don't use them.
Yeah, 16 million paper ballots were unused.
That's a lot of ballots.
That's a lot of money. I mean, you just go penny a paper. You just go penny a ballot.
Penny a ballot. That's
$160,000. Is that right?
Something, well, close or 16 at the late.
No, 1.6.
16 million
times a penny.
Times a penny. Well, let me get my old trusty smartphone out here.
Yeah, we're about to embarrass ourselves, I think. Of course, I've already done that, 1 for 5. What was Apestra sent me a text, and, man, I loved it. She said, I don't know, what did she say? It was pretty embarrassing. I was embarrassed and going 1 for 5.
That's $160,000.
That's what I thought. Okay, so $160,000. Let's see what the Apestra said before we go to the break here. She says on the, let's see, I wouldn't be embarrassed too, mission accomplished. There you go.
There you
Because I
go.
said, I'm embarrassed. One for five said, I'd be embarrassed too.
I've been preaching it all along, though.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Good right here. Yeah. He's not surprised. It's like, I don't know what the big deal is. I don't expect you to do very good. So every now and then, in fact, last time I went 5 for 5, well, every now and then, every hog will find an acorn. So we'll take a break. We'll come right back in hour number 2 upon us. Coming up, we'll check in with Greg Salyer of the Reds Report. And also later on this hour, we'll check in with Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns Bennett. All that straight ahead here on this Wednesday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm loving it. Oh, right across the campus is University of California, Irvine, which banned the American flag is the United States Marine Corps. Semper Fi, crack it up, big dog. Woohoo! We're in America. I love it. That just gets me jacked up. If you missed it earlier, we were telling you that the UC Irvine plays Louisville last week. University of California, Irvine banned all American flags on the campus of University of California, Irvine because it was, quote, offensive. Oh, me, oh, my. My father would Semper Fi roll over in his grave. So last time I checked, we're still the greatest country in the world. That flag right there on the wall. And last time I checked, we're one nation, what? Under God. Indivisible. So, anyway, just had to squeeze in a good job, boys. Give me some taters.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it. Let's go to the phone. He's there, buddy, with our Reds report. Greg Salyer out of Johnson City. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine, Tom. How are you?
Well, I got a little patriotic there for a moment. Got a little jacked up over these yahoos that banned the flag on their campus in California. It's, I guess it's a sign of the times, but I don't have to like it, and I sure as heck don't have to take it, right?
That's right.
There you go. We're in America. So, anyway, you didn't call to hear about that. You called to talk about the Cincinnati Reds. Sent some guys down. Where are we since last week? You think we're getting better? I know we made it to 500 now as a record. Are we getting fine-tuned? What's your take on the Reds right now?
Yeah, I think the Reds are looking good. I think they're looking better now than they were at the beginning of spring training. I think one thing that hurt on this past week, Jason Bourgeois with his fractured shoulder, he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. And, he looks like somebody that would probably make the team out of spring training. And he's definitely not going to do that at this point. And we'll probably start the season in minors, just doing some rehab and things like that before he can get back up. And that kind of throws some things in the mix there. We kind of wonder who's going to be on the bench.
Yep, and so the Reds, they've sent some guys down. Dylan Axelrod went down, and who are some of the other guys that get sent down yesterday?
Yeah, they sent 9 guys down. 7 of them were pitchers. Not any real big surprises, I think, in that group. All of them pretty much minor league guys. Now, one of the guys that did not get sent down that I think may make the team that played mostly Double-A last year is Michael Lorenzen. Good pitcher. He's looking really good. Just a few years ago, he was playing college ball, and when he wasn't pitching, he was playing center field. The guy can hit as well as pitch. I would not be surprised to see him in the Reds bullpen on opening day.
Talking to Greg Salyer out of Johnson City, and Greg, again, a big Reds fan, he and his daughter Hannah, and so right here on the walls, the Reds pennant. Right above it's the autographed picture of my all-time favorite player, Tony Perez, the big dog, as they called him, or Doggy. And so the Reds, Jason Marquis on the mound today. They've won the last 2. They've went deep. It's 5 or 6 home runs over the last 2 ball games. So starting to get some power in the lineup, which the Reds need. They sorely missed that a year ago. So we got some guys that are hammering the ball right now.
Yeah, and Frazier hit one yesterday, which that's always a good sign. He led the team last year, and hopefully he can play really well this coming season and hit 25 to 30 home runs as he's capable of doing, and hopefully Mesoraco can do the same. I think the key there, as far as power, is Joey Votto. What's he going to do? Is he going to continue to get on base with the hopes that guys are going to drive him in, or is he going to be the guy that's driving in other guys? And I think that's the question mark right now for him in his career. And, which do you want him to do? Drive in 100 runs a year or score 100 runs a year? It doesn't matter to me, but for some people, they'd rather see him knock them in.
Well, if he's on base that many times, of course, he's one of the leading base-on-ball guys in the league. So if he's scoring runs, that means somebody's driving him in, somebody else. Or if he's driving in runs, that means he's being productive at the plate. Either way, folks are touching home plate and scoring runs. And obviously your goal is to score more runs, or at least one more run than the team you're playing. So either way, it's a win-win for the Reds. Whether he's driving them in or he's scoring, it still shows they're being productive, right?
That's right. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that he's batted second in the lineup a couple times in spring, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him doing that in the regular season as well, instead of hitting third where he's hit most of his career. I would not be surprised to see him batting second some this year, and which may move Phillips back into the back end of the lineup a little bit. But it's good to have his pop back there, maybe seventh in the lineup as well.
Yep, all this going on again, as we said, down in spring training in Goodyear, Arizona. Again, the Reds take on the Chicago White Sox this afternoon. Jason Marquis on the hill for the Redlegs to start it. He's been a pleasant surprise so far, has he not?
Jason Marquis has done extremely well. He's had 2 major surgeries in his career. He's come back now from both of them, and he's looking good in the spring. He's probably one of the odds-on favorites to get one of those starting jobs out of spring training. And, I would say maybe DeSclafani may get one as well. He's looking fairly good. And one of the things that the Reds have done is they have sort of designated Tony Cingrani to the bullpen and have started lengthening out Rosel Iglesias, and it seems like they want to make him into a starter and put Cingrani in the bullpen to start off the season.
Talking again to Greg Salyer from Johnson City, who also is the pastor at Southwestern Baptist Church. And what's going to be on the menu, the itinerary for Sunday at the old church house? What are you preaching on?
Oh, Sunday morning we're doing something kind of different. We've been in John 3:16 for 5 weeks, and this past Sunday we looked at John 17 and 18 to kind of finish that up. But this week we're going to carry it on one more week, and we're going to look at another 3:16. We're going to be in 1 John 3:16 this Sunday to see what it has to say as well.
That's cool. Yeah, I did this one time. I lost the papers. I was going to show you this. One time I went back through the book and took every 3:16 all the way through the Bible and wrote down every verse out of every chapter that had a 3:16 in it. It's pretty interesting. I'll see if I can find it around here in this montage that I live in. But, 3:16, and so we're going to do 1 John 3:16 on Sundays. That's pretty cool. So what time's church service start on Sunday?
10:45. Sunday school at 9:30. Service at 10:45.
You got it right this week.
You got it right this week. There you go. All right. So, Hey, great report, my friend. So we'll check back in. We're heading down the home stretch opening day, not that far away for the Red Legs. And if you're getting excited, I'm going to get excited because I'm always kind of cynical about these guys, what they did last year. But if you're getting cranked up about them, I'm going to get cranked up about them for the Reds. So let's hope they have a big season, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hannah was telling me last night, I don't remember how many days exactly it is. She told me the exact number of days till April the 6th for opening day. Can't wait.
There you go. Hey, great report. Thank you, my friend. We'll talk to you, and we'll see you soon, all right?
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yep, super job. Greg Salyer again, our Reds report every Wednesday at this time. Greg Salyer again out of Johnson City. Appreciate him very, very much here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hey, our word of the day, our thought for the day, I should say, brought to you by Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. What you do off the job plays a major part in how far you go on the job.
Yeah.
How about that? What you do off the job plays a major part in how far you go on the job. Some truism there, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you do when you're off work will, in large part, determine how far you go on the job, on work. I would agree with that.
Practice what you preach.
There you go. And if your habits are such, I remember back in the day when I was a bricklayer, way back in the day, I had an old boy that, he called in hungover. He'd come in hungover 3 or 4 days out of the week and not too much productivity on the job. And guess what? They ultimately had to do what to him? Gone.
Cut.
Yep, because what you do off the job plays a major part in how far you go on the job. So that's brought to you by Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance at 282-1389, the Big Easy as we call him. Nationwide, the official insurance again for 2 more years at Bristol Motor Speedway. And so Larry and the folks, we appreciate them very, very much. And he talked to us last week about the Smart Ride program. This one yesterday, Horace made fun of me. It's all about your castle. He always makes fun of me. It's all about your castle, even if it doesn't have a moat. And he giggled and said, "Do you have a moat around your house?" I said, "Don't," but I did. It'd be full of gators so people couldn't get in. More than investment, your house is where you live and where you make memories that last a lifetime. And it's right. We've been providing professional personal service for more than 75 years, using experience nationwide to help you choose the coverage options that are just right for you. Now, they have personal liability coverage, that protection against claims you're legally obligated to pay. They'll help you with paying the cost of defending a claim against you, damage to property of others. They also have nationwide coverage, can protect you against damage by freezing. We saw that last month for sure in our region. Accidental overflow of water from plumbing. Talked about that yesterday. One of the biggest problems in people's homes as far as homeowners insurance is the hose coming from the spigot to the back of the washer. Over a period of time, the rubber will break down and weaken, and the hose will burst. And I've heard him say more than once, folks come back from vacation or out of town, and wherever the washer is, the water's been running for all that time, and they got a real mess. So the homeowners will be working against that for you to help you out with that. Also, vandalism and malicious mischief, riots and civil commotion. They have a policy with that, your coverage to help you against that, and the obvious fire and lightning and windstorms and hail. All this, again, with your homeowner's policy from Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And so the true test of an insurance company, how quickly and fairly claims are settled. That's why with Nationwide you'll experience that personal, hassle-free claims process with Nationwide. And so you can do that by calling our buddy Larry Kaiser at 282-1389, and you have been. We thank you for that. Nationwide is on your side. And again, one more time, our thought for the day. What you do off the job plays a major part in how far you go on the job. And that's very, very true. High school baseball from yesterday. Science Hill beat Dobyns Bennett 2 nights ago.
Yep.
They go to Crockett yesterday. Crockett got them 4-1.
Ooh.
Big win for the Pioneers. Daniel Boone defeated Gate City. Dobyns Bennett beat Central. Tennessee High defeated Volunteer. Elizabethton beat Happy Valley. You had Sullivan South defeating Sullivan North. North Greenbury beat University High yesterday. Also in baseball, you had Tennessee High over Volunteer. In Southwest Virginia, J.I. Burton defeated Jenkins. Now, in softball from yesterday, you had Daniel Boone defeating Jefferson County. Hampton defeated Sullivan South. Science Hill beat DB in girls softball. Happy Valley beat Sullivan East. Union in Southwest Virginia beat Rye Cove. All that's in softball. And then in soccer from yesterday and last night, you had Crockett defeating Daniel Boone. Science Hill defeated Dobyns Bennett. And Sullivan South defeated Happy Valley in boys soccer for the springtime. Then also you had a track meet, and we want to tell you about that one. It was a 4-team meet at Dobyns, Bennett. The Tri-Cities Track Championship. Dobyns, Bennett's girls defeated Science Hill, Daniel Boone, and Tennessee High in that order. And Daniel Boone's boys defeated Dobyns, Bennett, Science Hill, and Tennessee High in that order. So you had the DB girls and the Daniel Boone boys winning in that track meet yesterday at Dobyns, Bennett. So pretty neat stuff. Also, for today, let's run down the scores for you in the games today before we go to the break. Let's see. Baseball today, you have Union, Virginia at Sullivan South, Unaka at Elizabethton, Harlan County, Kentucky playing at Tennessee High. That's today in baseball. And softball today, you have Sullivan Central at Science Hill. Tennessee High's Lady Vikings continue to play in Orlando. And also Unaka at University High today in softball. These, of course, compliments of the Johnson City Press and the Kingsport Times News. And then in soccer, we have today, nobody's playing today. Everybody's off until tomorrow in soccer. And,
what a shame.
Yeah, track. Yeah, you're not a big fan. Yeah. Does that go over here?
That goes over there.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
You don't like soccer?
No, it's too boring.
All right, soccer on the list. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, Jameis Winston, A-Rod, Gino, the coach of the Lady Huskies of UConn. You don't like Florida State at all. Tampa Bay, the Bucks, you don't like them.
Probably not anymore.
No. Comeback rock and roll groups, you don't like them. Schools and snow days, you don't like that. Barry Bonds, you don't like him. Josh Hamilton, and just the sport of soccer. So
there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 things that he doesn't particularly like in life. Welcome to my world every day. So there you go. That's my boy.
I do like Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yes, you do. Tell me how we get them tickets.
Good
segue.
How you like
Good
that?
Good segue, man. You're right on it. You're learning this thing. He's learning me. All right, how do we seg right into that before we go to the break?
Well, send us your name, address, and contact number to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com and give us a brief description of why you want the tickets, and we'll put your name in the hopper, and hopefully you'll be one of the fortunate few that gets a pair of tickets.
Do you care that our president's filled out a bracket?
Obama?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He did do one thing right.
Yeah.
He picked Nova in the finals.
Oh, really?
Yes, I picked Nova in the finals.
Yeah. So. He likes Kentucky to win the national championship, to beat Villanova in the title game.
Yeah.
So,
but based upon his decision-making skills, why would anybody want to look at his bracket and take it for granted?
Boom!
Oh, sorry about that. But
well, I mean, he's entitled to do it, I guess. But I just every time I see this, when Bush did it, they made fun of him. Well,
oh, yeah.
He's supposed to be running the country. What? He didn't have time to do brackets. Well, this guy, what's the difference? But all of a sudden, when he does it, it's because he's picked. Okay, but don't we have things?
Don't get me started. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going there.
I'm taking the hook, as a good fisherman would, and place it right here and just really, man, ever so slight. Just tug on that line a little bit. Bring him on in. Obama.
I'd be kicked out of the Corps if I was still put me out there guarding him. I don't know about that.
There you go. Got him rolling. Got him jacked up. It don't take much. We put him on the 13. We put him on the list. 13. We got 12.
No, we're not going to go that far.
Okay.
I respect the office of the president.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I will always respect that. So we'll just leave it at that.
And he's entitled to make out his bracket.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I would think in his position he has more pressing problems to concern himself with.
I'm more disappointed in the country in
yeah.
Their choice, their decision-making skills too.
There we go. He is on it today. All right, we got Graham Clark coming up here in a few minutes. We'll check in with him. We do want to tell you about Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. How about that? You talk about tradition and getting it done. 39 years, 4 locations, the same family-owned business. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 4 locations, Kingsport, Bristol, Greenville, and Pounding Mill, Virginia. They have clinics they offer in Abington, and Wytheville, and Lebanon, and Norton, Virginia, Sevierville, and Mountain City, Tennessee, and also clinics offered in Newland and Linville, North Carolina. Compression garments, one of the things they sell a lot of and move a lot of. You know, the body can't control swelling or body needs assistance to maintain proper blood flow, then they bring in compression garments. Now, the garment, you probably know this, but it squeezes the fluids or blood to correct locations in your body. It can be custom fit or off the shelf depending on the measurement and the diagnosis. And they have the upper and lower extremities that you can get compression garments for, and even your head and your torso. So, again, this is at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. And the phone number is 1-800-524-4447. Will Gray Bill going to have him on. I think Friday's going to join us by phone, 1-800-524-4447. Again, if you need to have it braced or replaced from head to toe, you know where to go at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Now, while I'm over trying to be serious and do my live commercial for Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, my buddy over here has got his headset off and he's doing something to his ear. Well, I caught you out of the corner of my eye. What were you doing to your ear?
There's something going on with my ear today. It's itching or something, and I got to turn myself down and pull the headsets off and scratch it. I think Gator was involved with that because I went by and saw Gator.
220, maybe 220.
220.
He had them cans on last week.
Somebody's talking about me, maybe. My ears are burning.
Yeah. So I'm over here, and he's doing this. I'm trying to be serious. He's taking his headset off, and he's doing something to his ear, and I'm going, what in the name of is he doing? That's twice you've done it. So is it itching?
It's itching.
It has an itching. So you're blaming that on Gator.
I'm blaming it on Gator. I had a haircut today.
Yeah, you did. You got your ears lowered. So
it's not hard to do that.
No, it's just a matter of putting a shit. He's got back down to the curly. You got your hair cut like Curly on the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, but what would he have done to make your ear itch? Did he put some powder in it? I mean, what would?
I don't know. Maybe some hairs got in my ear or something. He didn't brush them out. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that's a problem because you weren't that shaggy.
I know
there wasn't much to start with to begin with. Yeah. So I don't think that's the problem. But anyway, are you done now?
I hope so.
I'm out of this commercial. I'm trying not to laugh. And we're going. He's like a dog scratching. I'm like, what in the world is my man doing? So, all right, he's a piece of work. 1 for 5 today in the quiz show. How embarrassing! Oh my. So anyway, we talked about our president has picked, and he picked Kentucky to beat Villanova in the national championship, and so we have our brackets ready to go. May I do a couple more animal picks here for you before we
get
ready to talk to Graham Clark? Wisconsin Badgers and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, which is a rooster. Now, would it be a badger or a rooster? Chanticleer. What do you think?
Well, badgers probably eat roosters.
So I'm going badger. Exactly. So.
But, Wisconsin, they're number 1 seed. You can't go wrong there.
Well, you can. I mean, I'm still going by animal picks. See, the numbers don't matter. I'm going strictly with animals. Let's see. Wichita State Shockers and the Indiana Hoosiers. Neither one of those are animals. And so which one would you pick out of that one? Did you take Wichita State or Indiana or the Midwest bracket?
Who did I pick on that? Let me find it. What bracket is here? They're in the
Midwest.
Midwest.
I told you that. You did not hear me. Yes.
I know. I wasn't
Midwest.
paying attention.
No, you don't. Nobody does.
I picked Wichita State to take Indiana.
Shocker to take a Hoosier. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Go scare them to death.
Iowa State Cyclones and the University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers. Would you take a Cyclone to beat a Blazer? I don't know what a blazer is. I mean,
that's something you put. That's something you
put
on.
Something I'm wearing, so I don't know what a blazer is. So I would have to go with Iowa State, the Cyclone, to blow the Blazer down the road somewhere.
Well, that's who I picked.
All right. So as you can see, here's the last one up here in the East Regional: the Georgia Bulldogs and the Michigan State Spartans. Now, Spartans got the helmet and the chest protector and the sword against the Bulldog.
How can you go against that lovely face of a bulldog? How can you go against a bulldog?
All right.
You slobber them to death.
So, yeah, really, drool. So, Michigan State Spartan and a Georgia Bulldog, you would take which? Who did you take? You took Georgia?
I picked Georgia.
Okay. So, that's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very – see, people sit down and do coaches and wins and strength of schedule. It's going to take a lot of research for me to accurately pick the winning bracket by picking nicknames. It's tough. I mean – I'm still not decided on LSU Tigers and North Carolina State Wolfpack. You said a Wolfpack will bring down a Tiger because there's a pack.
They got Tigers plural, so.
Yeah. So I got to decide which. I mean, this is stressful. This is really stressful.
That's wearing you out, man.
It is wearing me out. So.
See, I've got mine done. It's already done.
All right. So.
He's over here stressing out.
St. John's, Utah, Georgetown, Hoyas. I don't know what a Hoya is. Eastern Washington. So this is going to be tough, and this will take some time. Arkansas Razor. Okay, here's one. West Regional. Arkansas Razorback, which is a hog, of course, and a Wofford Terrier. You would think Razorback would. I mean, a wild hog or a razorback would eat up a terrier.
Terrier's a tiny little dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, all right, since Ole Miss won, you got the Xavier Musketeers down in the West Regional against the Ole Miss Rebels. So you have the Musketeer with the but the sword against the Rebel. The guy stands there with his shotgun and, the Ole Miss Rebels. So
while he's there loading it, he's going to get stabbed.
So would you take a Musketeer with the sword, or would you take a Rebel with a shotgun? See, this is tough.
I got Xavier.
This is stressful.
So
after church tonight, I'm going to pop some popcorn, sit down, and this is going to be.
How about Gonzaga and North Dakota State?
I have no clue what their nicknames are.
I have no either. No, not a clue.
But I'll be ready tomorrow. I promise you.
Yeah.
I'll be ready tomorrow.
I heard that yesterday.
Show them your Dick Tracy watch. I think that's really cool. Show them that watch up here real quick. I keep looking at that. This guy's got a Dick Tracy watch. It's awesome. Look there. Is that not cool? So it takes messages. You hit the button the other day, and you can actually use a camera.
I talked to you on the phone yesterday.
On that?
Yes.
There you go. Guys like it. He has a new nickname, Mr. Gadget. He's got more gadgets. Mrs. V said the guy's got gadgets.
I am in touch.
All right. Let's take our break. Let's come back. We'll talk Graham Clark again, the head football coach at Dobyns Minute, as we're on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Wednesday, the hump day, on the 18th day of the month, and our day number 28. We're in this fun and frolic. Again, as you heard Horace say, Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com. Why would you not go to that website, or that Gmail account, I should say, type in your name, address, just tell us why you want to win these tickets. Why would you not? You can do it as many times as you want to register to win tickets to go to a month from today, the Stop Diabetes 300 NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of the Cup drivers will be in the race on that Saturday, mid-April. You would think beautiful weather, and why would you not go on there and roll the dice and put your name in the hat? And we've already got folks in there, and we appreciate that. So one more time, Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com, and we just need your contact information, obviously your name, town you're from, and a way to get a hold of you, obviously, when you win. And the obvious, tell us why you want to win the tickets. Pretty easy. I don't know why you wouldn't do it, and folks are doing it. It's you got nothing to lose, right?
And nothing to lose.
And everything to gain. Tickets to a doubleheader. The Stop Diabetes 300, and then come right back to the K&M Pro Light Series 125.
It's a Pit Light 125.
What'd I say?
I don't know, K&M something.
K&M Pro Series.
It's Pit Light.
Pit
Light 125.
What'd I say?
I don't know.
Pot Light? I didn't say Pot Light.
No, you said K&M something, but it wasn't Pit Light.
Oh. I'm sorry. Pit Light 125. You're right. I went 1 for 5 today. Leave me alone with the Elvis question. So Pit Light 125. Anyway, you get a doubleheader worth of tickets. All you got to do is go to that website, Tom Taylor at sportshow@gmail.com, and register. We'll start giving those away on Friday. It'll be our first winner, and we'll put them in there and pull out winners every day starting on Friday, leading right up to the race. Quick break, as promised. Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns Minute here in the Tri-Cities. He joins us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident?
So,
the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Again, we'll be checking in with Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns. In fact, we made a call, and he apparently is on the other line, so we'll get back to him. That's the beauty of live stream. So folks are busy, but he said he'd talk to us here in a few minutes, and so we'll get him on, and we'll put him on the R-Waves and let him talk about this recruiting fair coming up. So we'll keep an eye on the phone. While we're doing that, let's tell you also about East Tennessee State sports. Kevin Phillips and Chris Cook. Both belted 3-run homers. Keep an eye on the phone. While Andrew Lesueur's 2-run single in the 9th inning capped off a big rally for the Bucks. 17-14 win over Morehead State on Tuesday at Allen Field in Kentucky. Bucks now 11-7 on the season. Also for Milligan, not even 24 hours after handing in a 9-inning complete game on the mound, senior Josh Peterson used his bat to lift Milligan to a 3-2 win in the opening game of a double dip against the University of Cumberland's, and then Milligan lost that second game 3-1. And so the Bucks now 10-5. They're playing as we speak again this afternoon at Milligan at Anglin Field. They're now 9-1 at Anglin Field this season, and so they split a doubleheader yesterday with the University of the Cumberlands. They're playing Tennessee Temple today in a non-conference game at Milligan College. So that's what's going on there. We talked about the boxing coming up not this weekend but next weekend. April the 4th at the Holiday Inn in Johnson City. Doors open at 6, bell times at 7. And if you want to, again, get more information. I did give him the wrong number, didn't I? I gave him the wrong number. See, you're right. I gave him the wrong number to call back on. So he's calling and getting nothing. So probably want to take another break, see if I can track him down in a minute. Yeah, that's probably why that phone's not ringing, because he's not going to be calling that number.
No, he's not.
No, he should be calling.
Well, this one over here may start ringing in here in a second.
The number, yeah. Saturday Night Fights. It's called Live Sports Show, and with a producer and a talent that sometimes can't get the number right. So, anyway, Saturday Night Fights, April the 4th at the Holiday Inn in Johnson City. Doors open at 6. You're not interested in going to this? You don't like boxing?
I used to watch it on TV. But I'm just not a boxing fan.
Number 13, boxing.
I didn't say I hated it. I'm just not a boxing fan.
Okay, we'll leave it alone then. All right. So, doesn't like boxing. It's pretty, pretty entertaining. Saturday Night Fights, April the 4th, Holiday Inn in Johnson City. Yeah, doors open at 6. Who's the greatest boxer of all time?
Muhammad Ali.
Nah.
Joe Frazier.
Nah. No way.
Okay, well, see, that's how much I know about boxing.
Yeah. Rocky Marciano.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard's pretty good, and I'm talking heavyweights.
That's what I used to watch.
Rocky Marciano, being for my money. Although Ali's, and Smoking Joe's pretty good. And you got Norton, Foreman,
George Foreman,
Tyson.
Good.
I mean, you got all these guys. Now I'm thinking.
I'm not a Mike Tyson fan.
Yeah.
You can put his name on there if you want to.
Holyfield. You like Vander
Holyfield?
Holyfield
Was good, yeah.
All right, so you don't like Mike Tyson.
No, he's a loose cannon.
All right, there you go. And
he talks like this.
He what?
He talks like this.
I want you to tell him that. I want you to go up and say, talk like this, Mike. See how that goes for you. Yeah, I want you to do that. I want you to go up and mimic him.
Yeah, and I'll have cauliflower ears.
Did you see him about 6 months ago where he jumped across? He was being interviewed at a television station. I believe it was in Canada. And they got you can go up on YouTube and see it. And so the guy asked him a question, and so it's like 360. Boom, he turns on him. And he starts doing this to the host, and the guy's like, Mike, really? Kind of cool. I said, I don't like the way you talk to me, and I think that's a really stupid question. And he's like, and so the guy sitting, I guess it's his manager, somebody sitting beside him. He had to kind of like, hey, whoa, back it back down. He was ready to jump across the table there and pound the the host of the sports show he was on.
Loose cannon.
Yeah. So throw him out of the pot. Who's the number one? Muhammad Ali, is that what you said? All-time greatest boxer?
Well, I think Cassius Clay, yeah, he's right up there. Sugar Ray's up there, and I like George Foreman and Joe Frazier.
Okay. All right. So
that's when I used to watch it. I don't know anybody now.
Yeah.
I don't know and they don't have any heavyweights anymore.
What about Jerry Cooney? Do you like Jerry Cooney?
Yeah. He's all right.
He got drilled.
Every time he got in the ring with somebody, he got smashed.
Yeah, he got hammered. So I'd say Ali or Marciano, or you got to throw in Sugar Ray Leonard or Roberto Duran. There's another one.
But there's no heavyweights anymore. It's all these middleweights and lights, and it's gone to MMA using their feet. I mean, yeah I'm sorry. I just
Okay, there we go. Took care of the boxing industry. Horace blew that off. All right, very good. Let's take a break. We'll come right back. We'll try and track him down one more time. I know he's a busy guy. We'll see if we can get him on and talk to Graham Clark right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 5. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day, over the hump and through the woods to a wonderful weekend we go. Apes has got her happy Humpy Day hat on. We showed you that earlier in the show. And tell us about Cherokee Barbershop. I want to squeeze them in real quick as one of our great sponsors. You got your ears lowered there yesterday. Haircut was free. Cup cost you $11. You get to keep the cup. Is that right?
I didn't get a cup today.
Oh, here we go. Right, let's go right here and see who's. Let's go to the phone. See if it's my man. Is this Graham Clark?
This is Graham Clark. Your plates you hear in the background are banging because I forgot that my class isn't over at 2:50 when you asked to talk at 2:30. How about that for the opening line of an interview?
There you go. That's okay. We got you. That's the main thing. Tell me about you. We were talking yesterday about a recruiting fair. Tell me about the recruiting fair you're helping to put together.
Well, you know, it's funny that you asked that because I just got off the phone with Watson Brown at Tennessee Tech, and where we discussed the recruiting fair and also had a lengthy discussion on Ralph's Donut Shop. Ralph's Donut was the main priority. Well, they have more flavors of donuts than they have teeth. But we're putting together the Tennessee Football Coaches Association, which is a group that started in 1999 to promote football in the state of Tennessee and to give a voice to our coaches in the state of Tennessee. We're putting together a recruiting fair for college coaches to be able to come and see as many high schools as they can possibly see at one time. It's going to be April the 28th. It's going to be at the Tennessee Titans West End Club Suites and we're very grateful because the Titans are sponsoring it with us. Very grateful to them for going in on it with us. It's a unique opportunity for example, I talked to a gentleman in West Virginia this morning, and he said, we don't hit Tennessee that hard, but if I could hit 50 schools in the state of Tennessee in 3 hours, we might very well want to do that.
Yep.
So what we're doing is we're asking coaches to join the Tennessee Football Coaches Association, which can be done at www.tnfca.net, and go to membership. So it costs $15 to join. The high school coaches will come and we'll have bios on their players that are prospects, transcripts, huddle highlights, other information they think is pertinent. And, just set up a table, and college coaches go from table to table and find out who they're interested in, and they're able to do maybe in 3 hours what might take them a month and a whole lot of money to travel across the state.
Talking to Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns. This is a great concept. It's going to be when and where again?
It's going to be April the 28th. High school coaches will need to be there at 8 o'clock to register. College coaches will register at 9. The coaches will all park in parking section H at the Tennessee Titans Stadium. April 28th, 8 o'clock. That's in Nashville, Tennessee at the Tennessee Titans Stadium.
Now, is there a website or a phone number the coaches can call and get more information about all this?
Well, obviously, Tom, they can call me.
There you go.
If you can find me, anybody can. 423-967-1288. We are getting a flyer together, and it will go out statewide to every head coach in the state of Tennessee. What we put together Saturday had to have a few revisions, so it'll probably be out towards the end of this week, first of next week.
Talking to Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns. Again, this is a great organization. In your humble opinion, why do you feel like the coaches need to have a voice in the state of Tennessee? I'm glad you are, but why do you feel like they need to have a voice?
Well, obviously, as coaches, we feel like, we know a little bit about what's important to the game of football, for our athletes to have exposure. I know just last week, the TSSAA, at the urging of the National Federal High School Association, passed a rule limiting contact, the amount of contact that can be in a practice. They were in very close contact with I just relinquished my presidency. My term ran out. I couldn't afford another campaign. But limiting contact, they made some revisions.
Wow.
At the request of our Tennessee Football Coaches Association. Last year they came up with a new plan for two-a-day practices. They made some revisions at the request of our Tennessee Football Coaches Association. So, we've got some input because we have some membership and concerned coaches. Obviously, this is an attempt for our Coaches Association to do everything we can to promote our athletes in the state of Tennessee. So, by us being organized as an association, then we can do more to promote our youngsters, our athletes, and it gives us a little. And again, it's a professional organization for coaches.
There you go. Yeah.
I think everybody needs a belonging. I can pick up the phone and call just about anywhere in the state, and where we have different coaches that join, and I've had the opportunity to talk to them, and I might have developed a friendship. They may not like me much, but I've had an opportunity to talk to them, get ideas, share ideas. And I got a couple of ideas this weekend just sitting with our board of directors. So, when you quit learning, you quit.
You got it. We're talking to head coach Graham Clark at Dobyns Minute. Now, for folks out there listening, spring practice is right around the corner. What can you do or not do right now with the football players?
Right now with our players, it's all about weightlifting and conditioning. You can't do anything with the ball, but you can weightlift, you can condition, and you can do it about no restrictions on the amount of time. What we want, I'd love to have all of our players in spring sports, and we have a great many of them in spring sports, because then they're competing every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, you don't get so many chances to do that. I don't get the opportunity to pitch much baseball nowadays. Don't get many opportunities to play 4 quarters of football, and haven't had that opportunity since I was 22 years old. So I like for these young men, as long as they keep their academics up, to do everything they can while they're in high school. And so we've got a lot of spring sports. We got some lifting and conditioning. Hopefully we're getting a little bit stronger.
Yep, and of course, I know you and I have talked down through the years, a lot of times off seasons where these guys make it or break it in the weight room, getting stronger, that's what you want, and you've got them going through the paces. When you say conditioning, I would assume there's probably some running. If you say you can lift weights and conditioning by definition is doing some running?
Yes.
Yeah.
Running, agility, plyometric work. There's a lot that go into getting a young man to be the best he can be. So we do a lot of different things. A little bit of speed training, a lot of plyometric work, obviously a whole lot of weightlifting.
When is spring practice at Dobyns Minute this year?
Spring practice will start May the 4th, Al. Our track, baseball, soccer, most of those young men will still be going on. Spring practice nowadays is a great chance to evaluate your younger guys, because most of your older guys, they're still going to be taking part in the spring sports.
Last question, how many days now does the TSSAA give you in spring for spring practice?
I'll give you 10 days and 2 scrimmages.
There you go. So
now, that school ends so early nowadays, we just do the 10 days. We have a scrimmage as part of those 10 days. You can actually go 12 days. We get through 10 days.
There you go. Hey, I know you got those youngins in the weight room. I sure appreciate you talking to us. We'll keep promoting that recruiting fair, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, Tom Taylor, it's always good to hear from you, brother.
Thank you. Likewise, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Head football coach Graham Clark of the Dobyns Minute Indians. And, again, the recruiting fair and pumping iron and doing plyometrics and conditioning, agility, and getting them ready in the weight room for spring practice. And, of course, as you heard, ultimately for the season next year, they got I saw his schedule. They got a heck of a schedule, DB. Whoo, me, oh, my.
Well, both Science Hill and DB have got tough schedules.
Maryville, Hardin Valley, I don't know them in any particular order. They got Oak Ridge and Knox Bearden and Jeff County, Sevier County, Hardin Valley, Maryville. They open up at race weekend at Tennessee High, I believe up at the Stone Castle. So DB's got and so does Science Hill. They've reclassified. This will be the first year of the new classification.
Super 36,
yeah,
they call it. And
in Tennessee. So it's going to be a whole different ball game for these guys, particularly in the 6A level. So we look forward to high school football, which is, about 5 months away. It'll be here before you know it. So
next thing you know, we're sitting there on the sideline.
There you go. It is the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Wednesday afternoon. Here's a breaking story from the National Football League. Significant changes to the use of video replay, including reviewing all fouls called by game officials, will be proposed by the NFL's competition committee at next week's owners' meetings.
That came straight from the Super Bowl.
Yep. The committee is presenting a proposal by the Detroit Lions that would permit the instant replay system to correct an officiating error.
Well, maybe when the Super Bowl, maybe it was the championship.
With the Cowboys and the Lions, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would include such controversial calls as pass interference, which is what they did or did not call. So did they call or not call? I can't remember what they did.
They did not. They one official flew the flag, okay, and then the other one came in behind and said no. The head referee said no, it wasn't a foul, picked it up.
Also to be discussed in Phoenix at the meeting will be a proposal by the Patriots to place fixed cameras on all boundary lines. That would guarantee coverage of those lines regardless of where network cameras are positioned. It's like me, they're going to try and at some point just eliminate officials. It's going to be all robotics and electronics. And all right, let me make sure I read this again. Place fixed cameras on all boundary lines.
I agree with instant replay to a certain extent. Okay, scoring plays, some fouls. Okay, but when you take the human element out of it, and that's what was part of football. That's part of getting. If you don't like a call, you can express your opinion.
Getting cranked up. Go ahead. I'm listening.
But, I mean, you take that away, and like I said, it's all about entertainment. And if you take the human element out of it, then why bother?
Place fixed – I don't understand this. Excuse me. Place fixed cameras on all boundary lines, which I understand that, out-of-bounds lines, that would guarantee coverage of those lines regardless of where the network cameras are positioned.
That would be the goal line and also be the back of the goal line, too, all the way around.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what they're doing. They want to be sure and have cameras. So if there's a controversial play, inbounds or out of bounds, there'll be cameras there, and not just the network TV cameras that may miss the play.
Right.
Gotcha.
But if you get a bunch of trying to run the ball into the end zone, and you got a mass of humanity on the goal line, I mean, how do you know if the guy crossed the plane before he was down?
There you go.
It's impossible. Those cameras still aren't going to work on that in that aspect.
Also, permit instant replay system to correct an officiating error. So if you throw the flag, you say it's pass interference, go back to instant replay and says, no, it's not, then it'll override what you decided.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's taken away I mean, that's all. My point. It's
got him going. He's cranked. Go ahead. Yes.
It's the
Horace.
human element.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like umpires in baseball, balls and strikes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a strike? It's a strike to one umpire. It's a different animal to what another umpire may call.
And you have to adjust your game accordingly.
Right. So
it's
it's part of what made football and baseball and basketball. Of course, basketball now it's a football game on the court.
Now, you're right. Would you rather have a camera or a robotic quote unquote umpire that's, I don't know, I guess maybe and I'm pulling this out of the sky, a laser camera in center field, zzz, ball, it has a little robot that says ball, and there's no umpire behind home plate.
No.
Okay.
They did that, I would never go to another game.
Okay. Well, I mean, here it is. Here's step one in that direction, I would think, permitting the instant replay system to correct an officiating error. This would include such controversial calls as pass interference. Toughest call in football, I've read the officials say, pass interference. Toughest call in basketball, charge or a block. Driving down the court, guys.
That's for all the players and coaches that can't get it right.
I was trying to make a point. Trying to be serious.
I'm sorry, but that just.
I was trying to pontificate, and he brings out the crybaby thing. Gotcha.
That's good.
Never mind. Okay, you made your point. So we'll see how it goes, but it's interesting to say the least. But toughest call in basketball, the officials tell me, and haven't officiated some, but not up on the big time, obviously, is the charge as a block. Dribbling down the floor, and you drive in the paint, you mow me down. Did you mow me down, or did I get in your way and I blocked you? It's a tough call. And I was always told the defensive player makes that call. If he moves at the last minute, get over in front of the guy driving, then it's a block. If he's just standing there and the guy mows him down, it's a charge. But it's all back when I officiated.
He has to establish his position before the guy gets there, and if he doesn't, then it's a charge.
The decision is predicated by how the defensive player reacts to the game, to that play rather. So, anyway, that's we'll stay tuned for this. Owners to look at replay proposals next week. The owners meeting in Phoenix with NFL's competition committee. So, taking the human element out of the game. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
All right, there you go. We're about done with this one. It's been a fast show. They go faster every day, seems like. Daniel Manget from Milligan College. Tommy Weinmann of the Apester embarrassed me 1 for 5. Or actually, I embarrassed myself on the quiz show. Tomorrow, I'm off the hook. Buzzer. Friday, you're in the hot seat.
Now, is Buzzer asking you tomorrow? No, you're asking Buzzer.
I'm asking Buzzer tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I better get that buzzer ready to go.
Get that buzzer ready to go. Also, thanks to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart, Greg Salyer from the Reds Report, and Graham Clark, head football coach at Dobyns Bennett. All that, again, you'll be able to go back tonight and see the whole show and hear the whole show in its entirety. Where can we hear it and see it tonight?
You can watch it on YouTube again, or you can download it via podcast through TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, or iTunes.
There you go. And, of course, every weekday afternoon we're live right here. Excuse me, had a frog. Live right here from 1 to 3 on livestream.com. And, again, we certainly appreciate you giving us a listen. As, again, our Bible verse of the day, I want to squeeze it in again. Psalm 32:8. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eyes. So do want to say thanks to Captain Drew and also to Horace and to 220 helping put this thing on every day in a roundabout way. And so we will reconvene tomorrow at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Got a full slate again. Carmichael's going to join us from John C. Parks and Rec. Crum's going to join us, Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. Got the buzzer in for the quiz show, and we got more guests tomorrow. And plus, getting ready for NASCAR tomorrow, getting ready to get cranked up for the next stop of the NASCAR season. And this weekend, they're way out there on the left coast, again at the California Auto Speedway. And Kyle Busch, who won't be there, is the defending champ of the race. So we'll crown a new race champion this weekend in California. Our show's been brought to you by the good folks from Bracken Asphalt Maintenance, Wells Fargo Financial Network, Bays Mountain Park, Max Medicine Mart, Cherokee Barbershop, Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance, Book Lovers Warehouse. He'll be joining us on Friday. Also, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Jim Klein, Farmers Insurance, a big old tall drink of water, #1 insurance agent in 5 states for farmers, American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program, and by the folks at Bristol Motor Speedway. For Horace and for Daniel Manget, Tommy Weinmann, Dr. Barry Walton, Greg Salyer, and Graham Clark, this is Tom Taylor. As always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. We'll join you tomorrow again at 1 o'clock right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. For all those folks, we'll say see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening, and so long, everybody.